Thank y'all so much for tuning back into my channel. Listen, my name is Charmaine Marie, and I am your angelic healing practitioner. I want to talk more about box flower remedies, okay? So I was doing some short videos about box flower remedies, but I want to talk more about this in depth, okay? Let's talk about this because it's a lot that you need to understand when you are dealing with flower essences, okay? So usually it's taken or placed in water or directly on your tongue. It's taken over um, it's taken consistently, I want to say, over a period of time, okay? And so also, let me say this, how you feel emotionally, this is what it's about, okay? It's helping you to heal emotionally, mentally, and then not physically though, okay? But it will help you to stay calm, okay? It will give you clarity, okay? And then also, it will help you to shift those negative emotional patterns. So this is what some of y'all need to learn how to do. You have to learn how to do this because it is a part of your healing process, okay? Now, box flower remedies, let me tell you, it's identified as 38 remedies. It's linked to a specific emotional state. So this is what you need help with. You need to help heal the negative emotional patterns into more positive ones, right? So you can think better, so you can feel better, so you can act better and make better choices, right? Because y'all know I help you heal from past life ancestral karma. So let's talk about this. If you need help healing from fear, stress, uncertainty, sadness, overwhelm, lack of confidence, okay? If you need help with impatience, all right? It's going to help shift the negative emotional patterns into more positive ones, okay? So I was talking about rescue remedy. Rescue remedy helps with stress, shock, or feeling overwhelmed, okay? You have walnut, difficulty with change or situations, okay? Or transitions. Also, larch is for lack of confidence. If you are lacking confidence, then you want to take this flower essence to help you heal, okay? So listen, if you need help with being impatient or frustration, okay, if fear of unknown things, okay, like tests or social situations, like people really deal with these things, y'all. This is mimulus, and so that's what that's called. But it's a complementary practice, box flower remedies. It's not a replacement for medical or mental health care. No, it's not. It focuses more on emotional support rather than diagnosis or treatment, okay? This is about emotional balance, self awareness, gentle support. Is helping people to respond to life with a more calm, clarity, and more confidence, okay? So, listen, let me go over this, right? Because it's going to help you to stay grounded. And it's going to help with all of those repeating emotional patterns, unexplained fears or reactions, family or generational habits, okay, beliefs that you may have even carried for a long time. So healing then becomes becoming aware. You want to become aware of those patterns. Then you want to choose healthier responses, right? So if you need help with like letting go of old patterns, adapting to change, healing old pain, emotional cleansing, if you need help with self-acceptance or self-blame, releasing guilt, you want to get you some of these flower essences, okay? Which is Bach flower remedies. It is for emotional support. If you want or need help with learning from the past instead of repeating it, you want to get you some chestnut bud, okay? But it's going to help you to be safe, grounded, and these are really helpful remedies. And they're also natural, they're flower essences, okay? So listen, let me talk about this, okay? So it's going to help you, like I said, release the old emotional patterns so you can choose healthier ways to think, healthier ways to feel, healthier ways to act today. Okay, this is what it's about. So let's talk about this. If you are dealing with fear, rock rose, okay, helps with terror, helps with panic, extreme fear. Okay, I remember I used to suffer from fear. I used to be scared of everything, just fearful. And so let me tell you, like I said, if you if you have like a fear of losing control, you want to get you some cherry plum, okay? If you have like unknown fears that are vague, okay, you want to do aspen, okay? Then there is a flower called red chestnut. This is for people that they worry, okay? They have excessive worry for others, okay? Always worrying about other people or, okay, listen. So then if you are dealing with like uncertainty, they have a flower essence called Serato, okay? If you are doubting your own judgment, this is one you could use, right? Gorse is hopelessness. This is, if you feel like giving up, you want to go ahead and get you some of this. Hornbeam, this is for mental fatigue. Procrastination, because people do be procrastinating about life, right? You need to get you some hornbeam, okay? Also, let me say this. Wow, oh, uncertainty about life's direction. Okay, this can help you with that. If you got discouragement after a setback, you want to do genitine. Listen, let me tell you. I'm just going over a few. I'm just throwing it out there. So honeysuckle, if you keep living in the past, get honeysuckle. Okay. Wild rose is for um, resignation, okay? If you are insufficient, if you have insufficient, I mean, interest in present circumstances, if you are like having sudden sadness with no clear cause, you want to get you some mustard, all right? Olive, if you're dealing with complete exhaustion, all right? If you are like daydreaming or having a lack of focus, you know, if you're dealing with loneliness, all of this stuff, self-centeredness, if you just, you know, some people, they need attention. They literally do stuff to seek out attention from other people. They act out, okay? Listen, want to get you some heather. Listen, if you are dealing with like pride or emotional distance, water violet, all right? If you are dealing with, if you are oversensitive to influences and ideals, okay? If you're dealing with jealousy, anger, hatred, get you some holly, okay? Listen, if you need protection also from outside influences, walnut, all right? So listen, if you are dealing with like lack of confidence, guilt, self-blame, overwhelmed by responsibility, you want to get you some elm. Sweet chestnut is for deep emotional anguish, okay? Willow is for resentment, self-pity. If you are overworked and pushing past the limits, you want to get you some oak. Also, if you have like, if you are, I would say, overcare for the welfare of others, okay? If you are, listen, if you are controlling, you might want to get you some vine. Listen, so I'm just going over a few with you guys. These can be used for stress, shock, emotional overwhelm. Okay, each remedy supports emotional awareness and balance, not physical illness. Okay, this is not about anything physical. This is for mental and emotional support, okay? It's used for self-reflection, calm, and personal growth. This is what it's about, okay? So this is why I'm talking about this, because y'all know I help you also heal past life ancestral karma. So this is part of it, okay? This is part of the process emotionally and mentally. And these remedies, box flower remedies, are traditionally used, okay? So you can actually heal from those current emotional states. Not personality or diagnosis, no. This it's not about that. How I am feeling right now. What feeling is strongest or most challenging to you? So you want to choose one remedy, okay, for a dominant feeling. And you can even do up to 6 to 7 remedies if multiple emotions are present, okay? If you're dealing with like stress and overwhelm, okay, you can use 3 of these remedies to help you to heal immediate shock or stress, or if you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you have racing or repetitive thoughts. Get you some white chestnut, get you some elm and that rescue remedy. I'm telling you, it'll help you. If you need help with confidence and self-belief, you know, you want to put three of the remedies together that help with these things, okay? So listen, if you need help with letting go of the past, emotional healing, if you got unresolved emotional pain, guilt, or self-blame, if you're dealing with emotional cleansing or you just need to cleanse, you can use like 3 to 4 of these remedies to help you, okay? You're going to put 2 to 4 drops in water. It's going to be sipped daily, okay, during the day. Or you can just put them underneath directly on the tongue. You want to take it consistently though, and you want to use these Bach flower remedies, okay, for emotional awareness and balance. It's not medicine, no. And you should never, let me say this, replace medical or mental health care with flower essences. But as a natural healer, this is what I'm suggesting that you use for emotional and mental support, okay? So, Bach's remedies are best understood as tools. Tools to pause, help you to reflect on your emotions, name what you're feeling, encourage gentle responses to stress, okay? And support personal growth and also emotional regulation. You can also journal alongside of this if you are taking consistently these flower essences to help you to heal, okay? And then also remember, you need healthy routines when it comes to sleep and food and movement. All of these things, you got to take these things into factor, y'all. So it's really a self-awareness system, Bach Flower Remedies, okay? And it's just about how I feel right now. And how do I want to respond in a healthier way? Okay, it's about emotional balance. Not control, not fear. Ain't got nothing to do with superstition or none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just to help you in a more healthier way so that you can continue on your healing journey and you can continue to do the work that you need to do in your own life. Okay, because I'm talking about our lives, your life, my life. Okay, this is for emotional balance. That's it. Okay. If you're dealing with emotional imbalance, then make sure you address these emotions. Okay, so you can feel more whole, more balanced. It's about awareness, remember, and self-regulation. Not curing the illness or fixing something wrong with you. No, I'm not talking about that. We focusing on the present emotions. That's what we doing. Okay, helping you to practice being grounded, more healthy. Okay, but if you feeling stuck, if you overthinking, if you feeling pressured by pressure to please others, okay, if you're carrying around guilt and you got trouble letting go, if you dealing with emotional numbness, all of these things, these are labels for feelings, not identities, y'all. But these are the patterns that you gonna notice, right? So it's gonna help you support self-reflection. They help you to name your emotions, and they work best, these flower essences, okay, with healthy habits. So simple choices are usually better. So that's all. I wanted to just go over this with you and provide you with a more gentle way, okay, that you can actually heal. And you can do this through Bach, BACH, flower remedies. And this should never replace, like I said, professional help. But if your emotions, if you're feeling overwhelming, persistent, or heavy, it's important to talk to a trusted healthcare professional, okay? Seeking help, y'all, is strength, not failure. Just remember that. So listen, these tools are for emotional awareness. Remember this, balance and also personal growth.